walking down London's fair city. As I was walking one morning in May, I spied a young comrade all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen and cold as the clay. Oh mother, come sit you down by me and hear the sad story of my misery. For I've been a rake and a rambling young fellow, and now the white curtain is drawn over me. Had I but listened to my father's counsel, had I but heeded my mother's advice, I would not be lying in this house of ruin, paying the devil his terrible price. Go get 6 young fellows to carry my coffin. Go get 6 young maidens to sing me a song, and sprinkle white roses all over my body to deaden the clods as they tuck me along. There is a house standing in Lowestoft Harbour. They call it the sign of the rising sun. It's been the destruction of many a sailor, and I, a poor sinner, am surely but one. Had I but listened to my father's counsel, had I but heeded my mother's advice, I would not be lying in this house of ruin, paying the devil his terrible price. The rising sun, the rising sun.
The evolution of the rake, from hellraisers to high lonesome. The term rake is a relic of 17th century English society that has managed to survive in our musical DNA for over 400 years. While we might hear it today as a simple synonym for a traveler or a rogue, it actually carried a much heavier social and moral weight in the taverns and shipyards where these songs first took root. The architecture of a scoundrel. The word itself is a shorthand for rockhell. In the slang of the 1600s, a rakehell was a man whose behavior was so notoriously dissolute and immoral that it appeared as if he had been physically raked through the fires of hell and dragged back out again. To call a man a rake wasn't a compliment on his fashion or his charm. It was a description of a man who lived with a reckless disregard for the laws of God, the advice of his parents, and the safety of his own health. The fast lane of the 1600s. In the context of the early ballads like the Unfortunate Rake, this character represented a specific archetype, the young man of means who chose the fast lane. He was defined by a trilogy of vices: heavy gambling, excessive drinking, and constant womanizing. He was the urban cautionary tale, a man who traded his future and his family's reputation for the immediate, gritty pleasures found in gambling dens and houses of ill repute. When the singer in these old songs identifies as a rake, he isn't bragging. He is offering a confession of a life lived too fast and a price now being paid. Lyrical migration and the modern gambler. As the song The Unfortunate Rake crossed the Atlantic and began its long climb through the Appalachian Mountains and down into the Mississippi Delta, the specific word rake began to fade. It was a Britishism that didn't quite fit the American frontier. Over time, the rake morphed into more contemporary American outlaws, the gambler, the rambler, and the wild colonial boy. By the time the song settled in New Orleans as the House of the Rising Sun, the rake's fancy London clothes were replaced by new blue jeans, and his gambling dens were replaced by riverboats. Yet, the core of the character remains identical. Whether he is a 17th century London rake or 20th century New Orleans gambler, he is still the same unfortunate soul standing as a warning to the next generation.
As I was walking down London's fair city, as I was walking one morning in May, I spied a young comrade all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen and cold as the clay. Oh mother, come sit you down by me and hear the sad story of my misery. For I've been a rake and a rambling young fellow, and now the white curtain is drawn over me. Had I but listened to my father's counsel, had I but heeded my mother's advice, I would not be lying in this house of ruin, paying the devil his terrible price. Go get 6 young fellows to carry my coffin. Go get 6 young maidens to sing me a song, and sprinkle white roses all over my body to deaden the clouds as they tuck me along. There is a house standing in Lowestoft Harbor. They call it the sign of the rising sun. It's been the destruction of many a sailor, and I, a poor sinner, am surely but one. Had I but listened to my father's counsel, had I but heeded my mother's advice, I would not be lying in this house of ruin, paying the devil his terrible price. The rising sun, the rising sun.
the discovery in the Kentucky hills, Georgia Turner's Rising Sun. The story of how a centuries-old British ballad became the most famous song in the world leads us to a specific moment in 1937 in the coal mining town of Middlesboro, Kentucky. While the song had been moving through the American South for decades, it was here that a 16-year-old girl named Georgia Turner gave the world the haunting, minor key melody that we recognize today. The field recording of 1937. Georgia Turner was the daughter of a local miner, and like many in the Appalachian region, she carried a repertoire of songs passed down through her family. In September 1937, the legendary folklorist Alan Lomax arrived in Kentucky with a portable recording machine looking to capture the authentic voice of the American people. When Georgia stepped up to the microphone, she didn't sing a fast, rhythmic dance tune. Instead, she sang a slow, mournful version of the Rising Sun Blues. The gender shift and the moral weight. What makes the 1937 Kentucky version stand out is its perspective. Unlike the earlier commercial recordings where a man sings about his gambling father, Georgia Turner's version is told from a female point of view. In her lyrics, the house in New Orleans is the ruin of many a poor girl. It carries a heavy, tragic weight, focusing on the regret of a young woman who was young and foolish and let a rambler lead her astray. This version reinforces the song's roots as a cautionary tale, warning a baby sister to shun the house that leads to destruction. From the mountains to the world. Lomax recognized that Georgia's performance was something special. He eventually included her version in his 1941 book, Our Singing Country. This publication acted as a bridge, taking the song out of the isolated Kentucky hills and placing it into the hands of the urban folk revivalists in New York. From there, it was picked up by artists like Woody Guthrie and Bob Dylan, eventually traveling across the Atlantic to the UK, where it would be transformed into a global rock anthem. Ground zero for the modern melody. While Georgia Turner never received royalties or fame for her contribution, her 1937 recording is considered ground zero for the modern version of the song. It was her specific phrasing and that chilling minor key arrangement that defined the soul of the track. She proved that even as the lyrics shifted from a 17th century London rake to a Kentucky miner's daughter, the core message of the Unfortunate soul remained universal.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor girl. And me, oh God, for one. If I had listened to what Mama said, I'd have been at home today. But I was young and foolish, poor girl, let a rambler lead me astray. Go tell my baby sister, never do like I have done, to shun that house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. I'm going back to New Orleans. My race is almost run. I'm going back to spend my days beneath that rising sun.
One foot is on the platform, the other on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor girl and me, oh God, for one. Beneath that rising sun, Lord, I know all my one. Beneath the rising sun.
This version of Rising Sun is based on the 1933 recording by Tom Ashley and Gwen Foster, which is one of the earliest known recordings of the song. Unlike the Georgia Turner version, this one is male-oriented and played with a faster, driving finger-picking style that moves away from the slow drone and into a more upbeat, rhythmic folk blues feel.
There's a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy and me, oh God, for one. My mother was a tailor, she sold those new blue jeans. My father was a gambler way down in New Orleans. All he wants is a suitcase and a trunk to go along. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on the road. Not to do like I have done, but show 'em that house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. One foot is on the platform, the other's on the train.
New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and me, oh God, for one. Beneath that rising sun, Lord, I know I'm one. Keep her rolling on. As I was a-walking down London's fair city, as I was a-walking one morning in May, I spied a young comrade all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen and cold as the clay. Oh mother, come sit you down by me and hear the sad story of my misery. For I've been a rake and a rambling young fellow, and now the white curtain is drawn over me. Had I but listened to my father's counsel, had I but heeded my mother's advice, I would not be lying in this house of ruin, paying the devil his terrible price. Go get 6 young fellows to carry my coffin. Go get 6 young maidens to sing me a song, and sprinkle white roses all over my body to deaden the clods as they tuck me along. There is a house standing in Lowestoft Harbor. They call it the sign of the rising sun. It's been the destruction of many a sailor, and I, a poor sinner, am surely but one. Had I but listened to my father's counsel, had I but heeded my mother's advice, I would not be lying in this house of ruin, paying the devil is terrible price. The rising sun